guys like Chris Broderick, Randy Rhoads, Uli John Roth, there's Kiko from Megadeth, so many other guitarists. The guys from Animals as leaders know their classical guitar actually really well. There's a reason why classical guitar makes you such a badass player, and it transfers into metal really well because metal and classical share a lot of really similar aspects of music theory. So if you give me a little bit of your time, I think I can convince you to give classical guitar an honest try. Your fretboard knowledge is going to absolutely skyrocket. You are going to do immensely well on the fretboard. You are going to know all the notes, no problem. You're going to know your chord inversions really well all across the fretboard, your intervals, your scales, everything from bottom to top. It's going to be very solid, mostly because when we sight read, we can't really rely on numbers anymore. It turns the game completely flipped around, but it helps you so much, and it helps you understand the music theory behind it more because you're actually visualizing how music theory is supposed to be taught. That leads to my next point, is that your music theory is going to skyrocket. Sometimes looking at a screen or looking at a book just doesn't really do it if you're really trying to learn music theory. So on the classical guitar, music theory is a much more larger priority than rock and metal. I'm not saying that rock and metal guitarists don't know music theory, but a lot of them don't. And in general, you're just going to understand music a lot better, and you're going to become a much better composer and songwriter. This is because you're going to understand melody, you're going to understand harmony, counterpoint, song structure, modulation, key signatures, scales, chords. Absolutely everything will be so much better understood if you pick up this instrument. Once you start really looking at these incredible composers on this whole genre of classical guitar and classical music in general, it is going to skyrocket your composition, and you are going to make some of the most incredible pieces of music compared to what you would have made if you did not pick up this instrument. I promise. And on top of that, the classical guitar is filled with brand new techniques that you probably have never even heard of, and they're awesome. Tremolo finger picking, there's things like rest strokes and free strokes in the right hand. There's different jumps and leaps in your left hand that you're really going to have a hard time doing at first, but it sounds really beautiful when you get it because the harmony works really well and it's all fantastic. So if you feel ready, get yourself a teacher. That is absolutely step one. I have an ebook coming out soon. It's going to be great. I'm really excited to share it because it's about music theory, sight reading, oral skills, all beginner level 1. So from very day one, this is the thing for you. But in the meantime, since it won't come out for a couple weeks, get yourself a teacher, start looking up some videos, and start listening to people like Villalobos, Bach, Andres Segovia, Christopher Parkening, Anna Vidovic, Francisco Terreña, Fernando Soar, Matteo Carcassi. There's so many classical guitarists and composers for that stuff. So be sure to check them out, and I'll see you guys next time.